Yeah, I mean, I think it was the first time I was really interested in filmmaking was watching him work. So I'd been working as an actor since I can remember, I think since I could speak. But I'd never been so captivated by what someone was trying to do. Well, and also I think he strives to have a deep understanding of his collaborators. And that included me when I was a 17-year-old girl. And I don't think anyone had ever been really that interested in what was going on in my brain before and how I thought about things and perceived things. So I felt like a true collaborator. And I suddenly realized that, you know, making films or being in films wasn't necessarily the most superficial job in the world, which is what I thought at that age. I was a political activist at that age. I thought making films was kind of this dilettantish, you know, bougie thing to do. And I was really cynical about the whole enterprise. And then seeing Atom work, I went, oh, this is actually a way of talking about real things and having real conversations. And that was huge for me. It was pivotal. And there's a lot about telling Canadian stories in Canada. We need to tell Canadian stories. And I always just think, and you hear the barn door creak open and the cat. And you're just like, I don't want to sit through whatever the storytelling is. I think I just didn't realize that people would be using this medium to explore ideas and having meaningful conversations, and even ones that had political resonances. And Atom, who I had worked with once before, asked me to do the Sweet Hereafter. And so really that was the first job I'd done in ages. And I thought it was a one-off and I was just going to go do this movie and then I'd go back to my life as an activist. And then that just led me to be far more interested. And it was so interesting, that film, because it was about a community and about, I mean, it's about so many things, but part of it is about greed and the monetizing of grief and somebody coming in and taking advantage of this community that's breaking apart, and what community means and what grief means. And I mean, there's so many things that are explored, but for me, that was so interesting, the way he wasn't being didactic and he wasn't hammering over the head, but there was actually, I don't even know if he would describe it this way, but for me, there was this very political thing he was doing in that film as well.